It is a beautiful Saturday morning. I just got off a conference call with young Steve. Can't pronounce his surname. Thormod, I think his name is. Financial guy, does stuff, for financial planning and retirement planning, healthcare and that sort of stuff there in the United States. And we're talking about great things like cash stamps and BCH Bull and everything to do with Bitcoin Cash. But when I woke up this morning, g'day, good to see you. I want to apologize. I want to apologize to you because I was supposed to come out with a video saying you're going to save $30 if you buy Bitcoin Cash now, I was going to say, there's this Bitcoin 50. I was going to say, now's a great time to get Bitcoin Cash because it's at a discount. And I was going to have this big spiel about how you can save $30 per coin, Australian dollars, if you get Bitcoin Cash now because it's under 900 Australian. And I want to apologize because I woke up and it's over. It's not like $870. It's at like $930. So I screwed yous over. The reason why I'm saying, right, before I was saying to my friends and people here that use Bitcoin Cash in the Bitcoin Cash City was, if you were to get Bitcoin Cash under $500 before, it was a steal, right? Now we've got the traction now and all the fundamentals and everything that I could see in the metrics is now I'm saying anything under $900 Australian is going to be a steal. So convert that to whatever country that you are in, but I'm dealing with Australians. $900 Australian is now the price point where if it goes under 900 Australian, it's a good time to stack up on some stacks, on some satoshis of Bitcoin Cash, because $900 is now the price point, and you're going to see it now go around the $900 mark, and it's going to go above. Now, I'm thinking there might be a consolidation phase when it gets to, say, $1,200, $1,500 Australian. It will drop back a bit, but that's what I'm saying about the $900 is a new price point. It's just going to go up because we are getting into another level of people that invested. They've cashed out their increase. Hi. We got DFW alone. We've got Joe Q Remes. We've got Elise Water. Great to see you guys. I'm Bitcoin Jason. I do Bitcoin Cash merchant adoption, education, on all things how to operate in a parallel economy outside the fiat system that we have. So if you come to Townsville, Australia, you're able to live here without fiat currency. You can buy your groceries in Bitcoin Cash. You can do all these things there, right? You can live on Bitcoin Cash, and I'm trying to strengthen that ecosystem here. I've got another meeting today at 12 with a large contributor to the Bitcoin Cash City that helped found and fund it, and that on ways of going forward to bringing more educational content and meetups at our merchants that we currently have to bring new people on board on using this currency called Bitcoin Cash. Currency in Australia, there is legal framework in place where if you're using it as currency, it's non-taxable, right? You can't tax currency. But if you use it as an asset, like what the PD say, like it's like gold, well then you'll get taxed on that. And so I'm going to have some meetups and some more tutorials about superannuation, how to plan for retirement using the laws here in Australia where your employer has to contribute to a retirement fund, how that can benefit not only you but myself and everyone else in the world, taking Bitcoin Cash off the market and locking it away for your retirement. That will increase the price. Adoption is rising with Bitcoin Cash. There's a lot more stuff that you can do with it. You can hedge. So if you're a business and you need to maintain a dollar for dollar, you can hedge against gold, US dollar, oil, and that. And those that want to fund your hedging, they can make 5 times the amount. So if it goes up, right, goes up in value, you know, 1 BCH can turn into 5 BCH, you know what I mean, like in value. If it goes down, well, the person that's hedging, well, they get to keep their books as they are. So it's great for bookkeeping that way. No need for stable coins. But if you want stable coin abilities, we've got stable coin abilities. And if you want finance, if you want a car loan, like I'm going to buy a BMW, right? The BMW that I've got, I'm having some issues. It's getting old. I'm going to buy a new BMW. And so I'm going to have a podcast coming up soon with a platform where you can use your Bitcoin Cash and you can borrow against it, not sell it, right, which will be a taxable event, but borrow against it, so you get the tax benefits of borrowing against your Bitcoin Cash, right, and a tax write-off of that sort of stuff, of having a business loan, or like a loan, a tax benefit for that. So there's all these different things that we can do to not only minimize our taxes, but also increase the growth in value of Bitcoin Cash for yourself and for everyone, because there's only 21 million coins, right? There's only 21 million coins, and we are 15 years behind BTC, Bitcoin Captured, right? We are 15 years behind. So what you're seeing on the charts is basically going back in time 15 years, right? And we all remember how Bitcoin shot up. We are heading to that moment where Bitcoin Cash is going to shoot up because of retail adoption, merchant adoption, and also here in the Bitcoin Cash City, we've got a company called Code Valley. Now, Code Valley, when their emergent coding is released, that will industrialize, right, Bitcoin Cash. That will industrialize the app building space. They will industrialize Bitcoin Cash, cryptocurrencies, in a way where, just like robots industrialize car manufacturing, right? Bitcoin Cash is going to industrialize the corporation space, because you can actually have systems built on Bitcoin Cash, paid in Bitcoin Cash, and then it's going to massively increase the hash rate. We are talking stuff that BSV have wet dreams about. BSV wish they could do what we are doing on the Bitcoin Cash space. And I love my BSV bros. You know, I love them. Nothing against them, but their chain is weak at the moment. It's you got few operators that are bad juju, and so the BSV boys can easily build on Bitcoin Cash We incrementally grow with the ABLAD protocol. We incrementally grow with the network, so our block sizes don't get too big, but they're not too small. Yeah. Oh, you're in Fanta, you're in WA. I've always wanted to go to WA and see the sun set over the ocean. I see the sun rise over the ocean. So maybe I'm going to reach out to you. If I'm ever in Western Australia, let's meet up. Yeah. So, yeah, so I've got a new restaurant. So this is an update for you guys. I've got a new restaurant that's opening up in Dirrigan. And so with that, I'm going to promote that business. I'm going to have a meetup at that business and do some lessons and start building momentum and traction for meetups again. Start building up momentum for the meetups. So what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to have more people getting interested in the Bitcoin Cash space, because we are in the market now where Bitcoin Cash is going to go up. And if you're not saving some Bitcoin Cash now, you're gonna regret it. And now I've said I'm sorry for not buying it yesterday, right when it was cheap, when it was, it rose like 9% in 24 hours. So, and in the space of a year, Bitcoin Cash has nearly doubled where I am. So, and then we've got the halving coming up as well. So that's it, you're going to have a spike up, and then you're going to have a conciliation for a bit, and then it's going to shoot up again, right? So I'm saying to everyone that's in Australia, in the Bitcoin Cash City, wherever you are, that $900 Australian is the price point where if you're able to get it on the exchange, get it for under $900, go for it. If you're a business, I highly recommend that you have Bitcoin Cash accepted here stickers at your place of business and accept it. It costs nothing to accept, and you'll get free promotion and advertisement because you are outside the niche. You're doing something that your competitors aren't doing. You're accepting a currency like Bitcoin Cash, right, which is basically Bitcoin, that is different. And so there's a wow factor in you accepting Bitcoin Cash. Now, with what I'm doing with Super, so you say, Jace, I would love to accept Bitcoin Cash, but for my business I have to have business records, and it has to all line up with the point of sale machines and my reporting and that, and I can't have volatility in that. Well, that's great. We've got solutions for you. Or you can have it where it comes in and you can put it into your superannuation, your retirement fund, where you've accepted it in. Because let's be honest, your Bitcoin Cash transactions may be once in a blue moon. It may be once a week, it could be once a month, it could be once a year, right? The fact that you've got that sticker, right, sets you apart for randoms to advertise you, sets you apart as a thing that you can advertise yourself on, and when you do make that sale, you can just lock that away or do what you will with it. XPub, right? So there are some merchants that have me observe their XPub, right? So I can monitor them and manage them. But you can use your same address at different locations. So one merchant, right, has different point of sales, like they've got tablets all over the place, and they have the same address for the one store, right? And some merchants have multiple stores, so they have, they might have store A address and then store B address and that sort of thing. Consolidate with a business expo. Yeah. Yeah, so you can actually use your XPub to better monitor and synchronize your business. So the answer to your question is yes. Yes, fair enough. I am at my second meeting. I just want to thank you guys, the 9 people that jumped on board. Thank you for joining. Do you think businesses will be better off using so Fana, you as a business, you can set it up with Electron Wallet. And Electron Wallet you can actually have cash fusion done, so you can get privacy that way. Yeah. So some businesses, right, their point of sale might be a reusable address, but what you find with their point of sale is they'll throw up random QR codes. So that's one layer of privacy for the business, and then you can have the second layer of privacy of talking about okay, Roger. Everyone keep praying for Roger Ver. If you haven't signed the petition to release him, please sign it. He's one of the greats that are in the Bitcoin Cash spaces, and my heart goes out to him, and I want to see him free. He's not a US citizen, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get pardoned by Donald Trump. I don't know if that's possible, but let's put public pressure on the powers that be in the legal system to release Roger Ver from, I say Ver, but apparently that's wrong, it's Roger Ver, from prison. So why do you use Among Us? It's actually a deeper meaning. It's it's a deep meaning. So I played Among Us, and the whole idea about Among Us is you've got imposters, right? You've got imposters in the crypto space, right? And so I'm there on the ship, right? Bitcoin Cash guy. I'm there on the ship, and there's many cryptos that are imposters on the Satoshi white paper. And I see BTC as an imposter. It started off as we are all one, and we all had the one vision, right? We were all doing the same thing. But they got captured. So what's happening now is because BTC is being captured by Blockstream, is now you have to use this now to use BTC, right? It's all gone back to the banks. Now, us roaches, us dragon riders, us Bcashers, right? We use Bitcoin Cash because we are debanking ourselves. We are creating a parallel economy, which is supposed to happen, which what was Bitcoin in the first place. So we don't want to give power back to the banks, right? What XRP is doing and what BTC is doing is they're going back to the eras of our ways where we used to have gold, right? And then we had golds at the blacksmiths or the goldsmiths, right? And they will hold the gold and they will send you a receipt, right? They'll send you a receipt saying that this is, you know, I've got X amount of gold and it's at this place and you can redeem it at this spot, right? This is a paper wallet, right? And they say, right, so you want to collect it. So what's happening is the guys started printing out more receipt than the actual gold that they had, right? And that's called fractional reserves or something like that. And so XRP, BTC is going to the thing now is where they're creating the same problem all over again. And so what's happening now is the big institutions now will have BTC, because when you use this, they will sell it. They'll take a fee for using it. They'll take a fee, and you defeat the system. If you want to buy back into Bitcoin, BTC, Bitcoin, it's going to cost you a lot more. You can't move it because it only does 7 transactions per second at a good day, and that where Bitcoin Cash, it grows with the network. So as soon as the block starts getting full, 30% over all the time, right? Then it automatically increases to like a buffer, right? To have a buffer, plus or minus, right? And so that buffer is designed to grow with Moore's law. So we grow with the network, but we don't outpace the capabilities of our technology and risk decentralization. So that's what I love about Bitcoin Cash. It has the ABLA network, and it keeps Bitcoin decentralized. Roger is the GOAT, and we hope he can break free from the US garbage system. Amen to that. Spot on. The US Bitcoiners saw through the nonsense. I never sold my BCH, and keeping the dream alive with you, Jason. Amen to that. If you ever come to Bitcoin Cash City, you can stay at the Oasis hotel, motel, right? It's a place where you can have, there's like, they've got like over 120 rooms. You can have your bed and you can have your breakfast there. They've got a restaurant and all that. And that. Yeah. So if those that are watching the blockchain, you would have seen a few spikes happening in the blockchain. That is coming from a company called Code Valley, and they're working on some revolutionary technology called emergent coding, where you can take JavaScript and Python script, right? If you're a developer, and you can write codes, right? And then just say Bitcoin Jason wants to make up this program, right? So I want to make this program. I go to this emergent coding thing and I say, I want this program. They'll say it'll cost X amount of BCH, right? And I put the BCH down, right? At that moment, right, it creates all these channels, opens up, right? And these channels are payment network systems where we can do micro dust level transactions, right? So we can do all these transactions, and then once the project's finished, all those channels close. So those massive spikes you see on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain is a project being finalized, being finished, right? And so when emergent coding comes out and is fully released to the public, you're going to have multinational corporations. You're going to have big businesses. You're going to have small businesses all using emergent coding to build stuff. And they're all going to be using Bitcoin Cash, right? And so those big spikes, right, of completed projects is going to happen more and more often, which means the hash rate is going to go through the roof. My friends, when this is happening more often, you're going to see Bitcoin Cash price at like $20,000. I'm not kidding. If you look at the growth of 15 years ago and what's happened to BTC, and then, you know, we lost the ticker, right? But if you saw what happened there, Bitcoin Core's growth did not happen from merchant adoption. It happened from industrial adoption, from corporation adoption. So this is what I'm saying to everyone now. You're going to see a massive increase on corporations, on businesses using it for industrial purposes. So that's my repentance and my making it up to you, is you've got inside information here in the Bitcoin Cash City that there is revolutionary technological stuff. It's the printing press of the 21st century. This is what I'm going to say to you today. So, and it's all built on Bitcoin Cash. It's all built on Bitcoin Cash. It's going to outdo XRP. It's going to outdo BSV. It's going to outdo big BTC. The flipping will come from that aspect. And the aspect that I will say before I go is from the rebellion aspect. from guys like me that will not bend the knee to the mark of the beast, that will not take the CBDC, that will not take digital ID. And we have smart, beautiful people in our ecosystem that are building technology that we can be in the world but not of the world. We are building the ultimate parallel economy for the sovereign people of this planet Earth, right? The sovereign people to carry on, to be, for me as an apostolic Christian, to be in the world and not of the world, to not take the mark of the beast. Bitcoin Cash is going for the win. Why? Because it caters for the businesses and those that are in the world, and those like me with very strong convictions to be outside the world, but still trade with everyone around the globe. I'm Bitcoin Jason. Thank you for listening to me, for my rant and for my apology. Guys, if you see Bitcoin Cash go under $900, it is your time to say buy. The pensioners here get it. They know when it's red, it's good to go, right? If it's green, it's good to spend, right? So we have people that are not only just stacking sats, but they are using it to spend at the same time. So with that, my family, my friends, I'm Bitcoin Jason. You are, I am, we're all Satoshi. Let's keep the dream alive and let's do our part. Stay classy. God bless. Bye. And how do I turn this off? How do I go live? Stop there.